Hello, this is John Miller, the creator of The Rest of Everest. I think I can safely say that this show is, without a doubt, the most in-depth look into the entire experience of what it takes to climb Everest, as well as some other peaks throughout the Himalayas. But all of the events in the series are shown in chronological order, so if you're new to the show, please go all the way back to episode 000 and watch everything in order. That's truly the best way to enjoy it. Thanks.
This is the Rest of Everest video podcast, an almost unabridged expedition experience.
Episode 117, no planes, no trains, no automobiles.
Well, hello again, everyone. Welcome back to The Rest of Everest. I'm John Miller. Have a big group this week. It's the biggest I've ever had on the show. And we've got some regulars from the Everest Trek 2009 season so far, and we've got some new people. So I guess we'll start with people you already know, and Jeff Cole is on the line with us. How you doing, Jeff?
Doing well, John. How about yourself?
Doing great. And as always, John Coleman is on the line with us as well.
Hello, everybody.
Great to have you, and also great to have Steve Beatty.
Hey, John. Yeah, great to be back. Thanks.
Great. And this week we're going to introduce on the commentary here Thilo, who is calling in from Germany. How you doing, Thilo?
Hey, great. How is you going?
Doing well. So glad to have you on the show. Also from Germany is John Farah. How you doing, John?
Oh, very fine. I'm very happy to listen to you.
Oh, it's great.
I think all the other.
It's great having so many people on, but it's not. There's still more. We also have Steve and Andy Wolf calling in. How you doing, guys?
Hey, John.
Hey, dude.
I'm glad to have everyone on because this week we're really going to get into the trek. Last week, obviously, you saw us land in Lukla, and we walked in that episode just a few minutes. But this week we're actually going to walk the first. This is going to cover the first day. And at the end of this episode, we'll get to meet our entire Sherpa staff. And as I've probably said before, we had a larger Sherpa staff than the actual trekkers in our group. It was a huge staff, and it was just really wonderful. They took great care of us. So I'm excited to finally be able to really introduce them to the audience because they really were the reason that this entire experience was so great. So I'd say let's jump into it. Let's start and let's head back up to just about the edge of Lukla. Here we go. All right, so as I said last episode, this is the gate that marks the entrance or the exit to Lukla. And every town has its own kind of gate, so it makes it really easy to know you're entering a new town. And these are the first of the misleading steps because they're all going down. So the first day that we trekked, we actually went downhill, well over 1,000 feet.
Oh. You can hear the Steve Beatty bird already.
Oh yeah.
Steve Beatty.
That was our constant companion for this day and night. It kept us up all night, as I recall.
I still hear him.
That's not what we called it while we're there.
The wolves are bird watchers, and so they got a real kick out of all the different species on this trek. So this is basically the first real mention of that we're going to be entering in a national park there in Nepal. And we're still ways away from the actual entrance to the park, but this is just gives people a little bit of notice, some of the rules and everything. So it's very prominent.
Is that Tindy on the trail?
That was that orange pack. Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
That's how you knew it was Tandy. He always had that orange pack.
Yep. Very easy to spot. And he was always, as you'll find out later in the episode, he was always the first person. He was walking up front, and he was sort of the trail setter.
That was seemed to be our one rule: never pass the guy with the orange pack.
Exactly.
Some people it was the break.
I hardly ever saw the orange pack, so it wasn't a problem.
Yeah. There's Jeff. Cheers. Good thing Jeff drinking water. Smart man.
I drank 6 liters of water a day every day.
And it still wasn't enough.
Yeah, no kidding.
Probably not.
And it was still very warm down here. We're hiking here. It was probably about 80 degrees, I think. And obviously that changes pretty dramatically as we get up higher.
The thing I liked about the logistics of the actual trek itself is that you had Tandy in front that you were never to pass, and then there was a Sherpa taking up the tail, and we could be anywhere between and know that we were going to all end up in the same place eventually.
Oh, this was the first bridge that we crossed, wasn't it?
Yep, this was, and these are all through the entire trek, these suspension bridges. And they're actually a lot of fun.
Very bouncy.
And I think we will have come up some fun with that.
Yeah, we will.
They just got me in trouble.
Well, yeah, they're very, very bouncy. And whenever you see us filming on them, you'll see that the camera work is extremely shaky because we're just bouncing. Our entire bodies are bouncing all over the place.
I think there were 8 of these, this type of bridge. I counted them on the way back.
Steve Beatty. Every time I hear that bird, I'm going to think Steve Beatty.
That's not what I think.
I don't think we can tell the story of what we thought it was.
But why do you call it the Steve Beatty?
Because it's saying Steve Beatty, Steve Beatty.
I see.
Yeah, it sounded like it was calling my name.
But when it was up at night, it kept going faster and faster and higher, and so
Higher in the pitch, yeah.
it gave me a different image than the name Steve Beatty at that time.
Oh, that's right. That first night, Andy, you barely got any sleep because of that bird.
That's exactly right.
That's right. It's all coming back to me now.
Was it the same bird?
No, it was the same species. I think it's a trogon.
But this gives you a good example of what the trail's like. It's pretty much like that the entire way up until we hit the tree line. And you are hiking through a forest. It's really beautiful.
So this is the first official day of the trek. And right now, we've only been walking for 2 hours. Maybe not even quite that much. Maybe a little bit more. It's hard to keep track of the time right now. But today, we are mostly heading downhill, which is a nice start for the group. Gets everyone kind of shaken out into groups a little bit according to speed. Lens off a second here.
Yikes.
And we got off the plane in Lukla, and everyone's just jaw dropped by how gorgeous it is. And, this is my first time to this part of Nepal, this side of Everest that we're heading to, so I'm very excited, and it really seems to be delivering on the promises that we were making to the group in all the promotional materials for this trek and photo workshop. So it is an absolute pleasure being back in Nepal. I certainly miss my wife and my son, but I miss them sometimes when I'm just at work in my home office, so that's to be expected. But being back here in Nepal just feels wonderful. It's something that everyone's been sort of talking about, is that you can see it in the podcast, you can see it in whatever films you've seen about Everest, but you're not going to get it until you've gotten it. You're not going to be able to see it until you've seen it. And
amen, brother.
I'm really pleased to hear people say that, because every trip I take here, I try to show a little bit more, but there's absolutely no way I can show the entire experience, or really a fraction of it. And so much of it's emotional, so much of it's in the fragrances in the air, and just the smiles of people when there's no camera around. So it's always a great thing.
I really miss it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
There's always people around. I'm actually hiking by myself right now. It's getting a little bit time to myself, which is nice. I think the group is fantastic. Everyone's really, really happy to be here. We sure miss Catherine, who wasn't able to join us. That was one of the most unfortunate turns of events I've ever been a party to. So, Catherine, I really wish you were here. Certainly thinking about you as we're doing all of this stuff. And so we cross this river, and then I think we're going to have lunch.
John, I think the viewers are going to want to know what's on your left shoulder there.
Yeah, that's a spot like GPS tracker. Basically, it's a two-way GPS device, which not only can figure out where on the planet it is, but it can then broadcast that GPS info up to the orbiting satellites, and then basically in every 10 to 15 minutes, it'll put a pin on a Google map. So it's like real-time tracking of me. It's pretty cool.
So those people who followed on the Net Vibes page, that's what they were
That's
following.
how they were seeing it, yeah.
So here comes the funny speech.
Yeah.
This qualifies for TMI.
I just want, since we're all here, I wanted to go through just a few things, some things that hopefully some wisdom that has been passed on to me that hopefully I can pass on to you guys. The first thing that there's going to be a few potential gotchas on this trip that I want to just have everyone have right in the front of their heads. And the first thing is to drink water all the time, even if you're not thirsty. And the best way is to use the water bladders, because you're only going to drink water all the time if it's easily accessible. If you need help from someone to grab a water bottle every time, then you need a slightly different system, or you need to have the water bottle in front of you. You need to just take a sip every few minutes and be constantly hydrated, because the hydration issue is going to be ongoing. We're all going to be partially dehydrated, and so you'll get a headache, and then it could just spiral. And one of the symptoms of dehydration is nausea, and then when you're nauseous, you don't feel like drinking anything, and it's a vicious circle. So that's going to be one of the most important things. The other thing is, I know everyone has hand sanitizer, but if you can take an opportunity to wash with soap and water, do it. That's pretty much a sure thing. Sometimes the hand sanitizer doesn't always work, and you just want to make sure that if you're presented with an opportunity to wash with soap and water, take it. One of the other things to really watch out for that could absolutely ruin the whole trip for some of us is something called tissue or toilet paper failure. If you break through your toilet paper, wash your hands. Do it as soon as you can, because you just want to give yourself every single advantage to stay healthy and to stay so that you're feeling good, because the longer you can feel good, the more potential you have for success to get to base camp. It's a possibility that all of us will make it to base camp. It's possible that all of us will not make it to base camp. It's just going to see how we all feel. We do have the option to split up a little bit once we get up higher, and so some people, if they're feeling fine, can go. Some people want to stay back. That's fine too. It's going to be up to you guys, and but you just want to give yourself every advantage to get up there, because I know everyone's goal is to really visit base camp and to get to the high point of Kalapatar so you can see the view. I'm trying to think what else I wanted to just say. Oh, okay. This is where we get into the too much information area, and there's really no such thing. But one of the things that is extremely common while trekking is something that my brother and I always refer to as trail farts. As you're moving around, you're going to reorganize stuff a little bit, and by all means, let it out. If you can, just be courteous to the people downwind of you.
People.
And but before you just let it go, test. Because if you are feeling loose in the caboose, yeah, you could shit your pants, and that's would be a real downer.
That's called sharting, by the way.
Yeah, sharting. It's
also known as a wet fart.
Yeah, it's very common. It's very common. And so just give it a test, and if everything's good, then it's a good day. Let it go, but just again, just test it.
Yeah, that happened to me about 2 or 3 days later too.
You want to
very carefully,
control the flow a little bit. Give it a little squeak, and if you're fine, then yeah. But we are going to all become very close on this trip, and if anyone's modest and everything, it's just you can still be modest, but this is a real experience where you don't really have to be. We're all going to be going through the same stuff, so
So
we're all in it. So modesty will, you know.
What's the etiquette on the trail if you fail the test? And you know you need to relieve yourself. Do you just go to the edge of the trail and off the edge of the trail?
If you, try to go off the side and then cover it up if you can. That's one of the reasons why I suggested that everyone bring those Kleenex packs and have them in all over your gear, so that you have an emergency supply if something like that happens. And then also, if we can, we really need to try to take the used tissue out. Just want to make sure that we're being as respectful to the environment. I know everyone on this trip is very respectful. It's kind of something I've gotten from everyone. So, but I know everyone's for the most part doing fine. Some people are starting to get the first signs of the gastrointestinal distress. And so it's just, these are just things to keep in mind, and if I can save you from having to figure some of the stuff out on your own, that's what I'm doing. So, but if you do shit your pants, your pants. And also the the etiquette is these guys are extremely good at what they do, and I know it might be uncomfortable for some people to be waited on have dishes cleared for you, and I know a lot of people want to say, I'm more than happy to clear the dishes, and it's appreciated, but it's just not going to happen. That's what they're here for, and they take great pride in their work, and so it's just something we're all going to have to get over. I still haven't gotten over it. I spent months that way, but it's just be okay with it. Be okay with that. So I think that's about all I want to say right now. As I think of other things in the trail, I'll try to. As situations arise, if I have some experience with it, or if I have a story that someone else has related to me from their experience, I'll try to pass it on. But just try to make sure we can get have as good a time as possible.
Did you want to talk about the trekking gait, where you don't leave the foot weighted? You want to talk about that tomorrow or another day?
Well, yeah, it's like the mountaineering steps so that you can rest a little bit. But no one should be needing that right now. As we get higher, I'll teach you guys how to pressure breathe, which will the headaches will really start to arrive for everyone probably at some point, and there's some things you can do to give you very, very real but short-term relief. And something you can do over and over again, and it can really help. Just you'll have a throbbing headache at some point, and it will really help with that. And again, it's just all part of giving yourself every advantage to be successful and also to really enjoy yourself. And if anyone has any questions about anything, like I've said, I don't know a whole lot about this side. Except just stuff that friends have told me. I know some just general stuff about altitude. And but if anyone has any questions, you can always ask these guys. But you can also ask me, and I can ask and get the information back. I'll be forward and back. I'll be all over as much as I can through the group. I'm not going to just try to stay in one place. So hopefully if you have a question, just ask me. There's absolutely not too many questions. I know you thought you were maybe asking me too many questions. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Anything you've got. So. We want you guys to have fun and want you to be able to take as many pictures as you want, be able to do all of the assignments, and we'll have really good reviews.
Oh my God, is there an assignment today, Chris?
Not today.
Not today. Today is just easing into it. We're going to be hiking for probably about the same amount of time, as I understand it, that we took to get in here after lunch, and then we'll have free time to just relax. Get all of your personal gear organized for sleeping tonight, and hopefully just have some good relaxing time. Dinner will be, I'm sure, phenomenal. And,
you made the tent assignments?
Haven't made tent assignments. That's something we can do at dinner.
Can I stay with Monica?
You can stay with Monica.
No, you have to stay with me.
That's
because Gio doesn't want to stay with me anymore.
I think we do. We might have enough. Well, actually, we don't have an odd number of people anymore. I was going to say when we had 13, we're going to have one tent with one person, but now we're down to 12, and So it'll be 2 people to every tent. Oh, another thing. Just this is one of my kind of pet peeves about this place is that most water provided to us will be hot and steaming, and I really hate drinking hot beverages on a hot day. And so in the morning or in the evening, after we've had dinner, we'll probably be provided with those large pitchers like we saw at having tea earlier today. And if you fill up, you can probably fill up most of your water bottles then. And if you want to have cold water, it will cool overnight and you'll have cold water. If you don't let it cool, if you don't fill up before sleeping, then you'll be drinking, warm, at least, maybe tepid water all day and everything. So people who really want cold water, you're gonna have to plan ahead for it. Do it in the evening. Yeah.
So the boil water for us.
Everything will be boiled, and anything with liquids will be served hot. That's why we will most definitely have fruit cocktail that's hot. That'll be dessert probably most nights.
So where's the next Starbucks?
You have to walk back to Lukla.
I bet there's something like that at base camp. That was a very long speech, but I think there's actually a lot of information for anyone who's interested in going on a trek. And I have to say, watching it again, it actually almost seems as if I know what I'm talking about.
In retrospect, you knew exactly what you were talking about.
That's right. Yeah, we should have listened better, actually.
So you are going to make a teaching video out of this?
It's just, I had so much discomfort over my previous visits, but of course it never stopped me from coming back. But I wanted to let people avoid those mistakes as much as possible.
Yeah, I think the one piece of advice I would offer to all the people going on the next trek is one simple thing: listen to John. He knows what he's talking about. So.
The arrangement of the table there is something that was very common on the trek, with the tables along the walls or along the windows and all facing each other.
Oh, he's doing the
snot rocket.
The snot rocket.
That's a Amani stone, a rock, right there. You see those all over. Were you going to say that, Andy?
No, I was going to talk about the sounds of the construction. I just loved the handwork that was put into all of the housing and the tea houses and the trails.
Yeah, and they are real heroes. You just saw that he's carrying the stones by hand.
Yeah, there's no vehicles up there. It's all, and everything, any of the wood there is all hand carried in from Lukla.
I did some photography of their tools. They cut every timber, they plane every timber by hand, they cut every stone by hand.
Prayer wheels.
That was one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
Spinning all the prayer wheels.
And mine too.
There he is.
There were no shortage of prayer wheels on the trail, that's for sure.
I learned that we were doing it wrong at first. We were touching the prayer wheel, but there's a little handle at the base of the prayer wheel that you're supposed to touch.
Yeah. Little wooden knobs that come out. Yeah, and you guys were probably all laughing at me when I was talking about the having to check if you have to fart, but Steve Beatty, you're converted over to you know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
It really does happen. It really does happen.
Yep.
I think everybody had sharts at one point or another.
And the Kleenex in the pockets was brilliant.
A lifesaver.
Yep.
I like Chris Marquardt's scale of 1 to 2.
Oh, no.
We'll cover the Marquardt scale in detail once he's back on in the episode. He and Monica obviously couldn't join us today or next week, but they'll be back, and we'll go into detail about that.
So we got cloudy every afternoon.
Yep.
It actually rained this day.
Yep. Coming into Facting.
Yep. So this is the final bridge that we crossed this day, and we're going to be camping. You saw a picture of our tents already set up in that bowl, but we crossed this bridge, and then we threw our gear down and had a workshop. Chris started teaching first workshop on the trail.
Yeah, and the place is right next on the left side to the bridge.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, as I was crossing the bridge, I forget who might have been with me, but yeah, it did start raining right then.
Okay, so he's our cook. He's our main cook. So everybody, everything, whatever you eat, so it's cooked by him.
So that's Sonam in the blue jacket.
So he will introduce by himself.
My name is Pasang Shepa.
Pasang?
Yes.
Pasang. Thank you, Pasang.
And so obviously this is the introduction that we had to our entire staff.
Okay, now
this is the first time we saw them all.
His assistants are, kitchen boys are, I'm introducing. Okay,
Mingmar Sherpa.
Say that again?
Mingmar Sherpa.
Mingmar?
Sherpa.
Allah, on the go.
You'll be photographed here.
Yeah.
I'm Chiri Sherpa.
Chiri Sherpa.
Chiri?
Sherpa.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
CHIRI?
CHI.
Okay.
Mingmar Sherpa.
Mingmar.
I'm Dao Chiri Sherpa.
Nice to meet you.
Dao Chiri?
Dao Chiri. I am Nimasange Sherpa.
Nimasange Sherpa.
Yakpu Sherpa.
Yakpu Sherpa. Yakpu Sherpa. Yakpu Sherpa. So Yakpu means it's a good.
Good.
Nice.
If the food is very good, very delicious, then Yakpu tourists.
How many people are on the kitchen side?
It's 9.
9 people?
Yeah.
Only on the kitchen side?
Yes.
Well, and porters during the day.
Okay, and they also do pairing stuff.
Yes.
Everyone multitasks.
Yeah.
My name is Tej Bahadur Tamang. Tej Bahadur Tamang.
Tej Bahadur Tamang.
That's difficult.
Is there a short name we could call him?
Tej.
Tej. Tej.
Là phải. About cô bằng sao?
Aku cai le.
Là on. Là.
My name is Lukla Sherpa.
Lukla Sherpa.
I'm from
Solukhumbu. He's from Solukhumbu.
Solukhumbu?
Where? Solukhumbu region.
Where we're heading.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
My name is Wongil Sherpa.
Wongil Sherpa.
Wongil
Sherpa.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, lah. I promise.
My name is Pasang Bao Sherpa.
Pasang Dawa Sherpa.
I want you guys all to remember those names tomorrow.
Right? Okay, now our kitchen staff is finished. So now it's coming with the Sherpa. So I think some of you have already introduced, but still I again introducing the Sherpa. I can talk about this. Okay, well, you know, most of you know himself. He's the Sherpa who leads us.
Right.
Yes.
Tendi
So
Sherpa.
he's Tendi Sherpa. So he's always be at the front. Yeah. So never cross before him. Sorry, after him. In front of him.
He was the guy with the orange pack today.
Yes.
Don't pass the orange pack.
Yeah. Okay.
My name is Kancha Sherpa.
Kancha.
Yeah.
Kancha Sherpa. Okay. He's Kancha Sherpa, and his job is he keeps on looking from top front of the group to the back of the group. So he keeps on moving like
back
this
and
way.
forth.
So that yes,
Front, back,
front, back. Yes,
So he
yes.
gets all the exercise.
Yes, yes. Yes. Khoi pasang khoi.
This is a big group. Very, very
Mingmar Sherpa, and he's a Jokya driver. Jokya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the real name of it.
Yeah.
For Yakman.
And he's Atwara Yaga.
No.
So he's handling 9 yaks.
One person.
One person. What do I have?
When do the
One
yaks start?
helper.
Tomorrow?
One helper. 2%. 9 yaks.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
एकछिन कन्सिडर गर्दै गरौँ है
हुन्छ अब म त के नगरे पनि भइहाल्यो नि केम रहेछ लाग्ने
Namaste everybody, I'm Pemba Nurshepa. But you can call me Pemba.
I can remember that now.
The guy with the North Face jacket. I can remember that. Nice to meet you.
So what's your official role? What is your official role?
Official. He's also the Sherpa.
Yeah.
So he basically takes care of the group, as well as he also check the photos. The photos, he arranges goods for photos, and it's like this.
Middle management.
Yeah. So he's also for the he has lots of experience in handling emergency conditions.
Okay.
So if someone gets sick or something like that.
Does that include diarrhea? Emergency condition? You never know.
Diarrhea is we treat it as a normal.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Come to the Okay. So, Karma.
Hey, namaste. I'm Karma Sherpa. I'm the guide of this group, and I have to handle like the staff and porters, and I have to manage everything. Yeah.
Thank you.
And nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you. You the Sirdar?
Yeah.
Yes. And he has an experience of 12 years. 12 years. From 12 years, yeah. He's in this field.
How often have you been up here? How many times have you done this?
It's many times.
You don't know. You stop counting.
He's the Siddhar? That's the leader?
Sardar is the
So, anyone left?
Pasang.
Wait, Pasang. Okay. Okay, so once upon
Okay, my name is Pasang Kirtan, and I'm from Sulukumbu.
Yeah?
Sulukumbu. Pasang, yes, Pasang Sherpa. So, Pasang, he always stay at the back of the group.
Okay, we saw him.
We
Yes.
saw him a lot.
Yeah, with carrying
You're
out.
the slowest Sherpa.
Yeah.
You're the slow one at the end.
He's the sweeper.
No.
Do they give you that job because you're slow? No.
Chris, he's the one that has patience with birders and
Yes.
plant
You have to have a lot of patience. We appreciate it. We thank you for all your patience
Yes.
with this group.
Yeah, so
who are you?
I'm also a Sherpa, and I'm also coordinating the things. So if you let's say I'm also like a backup of Karma, backup of anybody. So if you have directly not access to Karma or someone, then you can just call me. And if you have anything problem related to anything, then I'm trying to do my best to do my job. So any questions related to this Buddhist and related to geographical structure of this Everest region, like monasteries, religious, like so on and so on. So you can ask any questions in this region to me. I will try my best to answer.
And what's your name? Because I don't know if these guys know you.
Yes, they know. My name is Sonam Sherpa. And I'm from the Solukhumbu region, as like many Sherpa. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Tuchese.
Thank you.
Tuchese for listening.
Thank you very much. Everyone, this is Andy. There's John. So this is going to be a test for me. This is Monica. Monica?
Yeah.
Monica. Chris. Jeff. Steve. Beck. John. Steve. Megan.
Tilo, what's your name?
No, I know it. I'm sorry, I know it.
No problem. Tilo.
And I am John. And that's us.
So we have 3 John.
3 Johns. And our job is to somehow make it up to the base camp, no matter how. So that's our job.
We have 2 Steves. We have
2 Johns.
2 Johns.
No, 3 Johns.
3 Johns. 3 Johns.
2 with an H and one without an H.
I spelled my name differently. And this John, his name is also Chris, but he goes by John. What? So we have 2 Chris's and 1 John.
It's very complicated.
So if you don't know our name, just say Steve, John, Chris.
But all the ladies are unique.
Yeah, always.
Okay. So we thank you all for
thank you very
all
much.
the work you're doing.
Okay. Tuchese, and the soup is serving now. Please have a seat. Thank you.
Sorry, Tilo. I know your name. It's okay.
It's no problem.
Let's call you John too.
And, I can't believe, Tilo, that I forgot your name because I ended up, over the course of the 2 weeks, I ended up hiking with you quite a bit. And actually, Tilo just recently, a few weeks ago, came and visited me up in Fort Collins. He was doing some business in the United States and was able to come out, and we went to Rocky Mountain National Park and had a nice scenic drive, so that was great. And also, I just want to say that you'll see a lot of footage of our Sherpa staff, particularly Sonam and Karma, and I can't overemphasize just how important they were and how they really made it happen. And I know all of you guys on the trek really enjoyed having them be in charge and everything. And they're just so good at what they do. And Karma probably, he doesn't get a whole lot of credit, but he hired everyone. He purchased all the supplies. He knew how many supplies and of what to get to support a group our size. And he actually, most of the porters and everything on the trek, I don't know if you guys knew this, but they were hired because he knows them because they're all from basically the same village. And
they were great.
Yeah, they were really great.
Amazing.
Especially Pascal.
They were truly phenomenal, and I'm really looking forward to showing more footage of them and what they did, because they took, like I said, incredible care of us. And we will see more of what they do, and we'll continue on next week. And next week we're going to make it to the entrance of the national park, the preserve that Everest sits in. It's called the Sagarmatha National Park, and that's the name that they call Everest on the south side in Nepal, and on the north side, you might remember, it's called Chomolungma. And so we'll refer to it occasionally different ways, so that's what we mean. But yeah, get to see more of this beautiful trek. A lot more bridges coming up, and you see what it was like before we emerged from the trees. because it was great hiking through a forest, and it smelled wonderful. Just loved it. So thanks so much, guys. Really appreciated all of you on the call here, and it seemed to work pretty well. So hopefully we can keep this many people on the commentary. So appreciate it.
You're welcome, John.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks, John.
We'll see you next week.
Thanks, John.
The Rest of Everest is downloaded all over the world every day, and watching the show has become a part of many people's weekly routine. The show will always be free to download, but it's by no means free to produce. Please help me cover my costs by making a small monthly or one-time donation from the right sidebar on my website, and in return I'll give you some cool bonus materials. A donation of any amount will grant you access to some interesting video content, including high-definition versions of several podcast episodes. A one-time donation of $25 or more, or any of the monthly donation options, will additionally grant you access to a downloadable version of the film Everest: The Other Side, which episodes 1 to 61 are based on. I really cannot express how vital these donations are, and if you've made a donation, thank you so much. As always, our announcer is Marlon May, and our music is provided by Wendy Wu. Check her out at wendywoo.com. Thanks so much, everyone, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you for watching The Rest of Everest. For more information on the expedition, please visit therestofeverest.com.